All right, ladies and gents, let's go over these answers for the CSI so you can check your work and see how you did. All right, so let's start with clue number 1. The Louvre is considering new designs, and the Louvre is a beautiful museum in France. New designs for an exhibit space. Compare the area and perimeters of the two shapes. So yesterday's lesson taught us how to find the area and perimeter of a triangle. So let's see if you remembered. Okay, so remember this is just like a rectangle if I connected these. So to find the area of the whole rectangle, I would do length times width, right? But in a triangle, the area equals 1/2 of base times height. That's what we talked about yesterday on the driveway, remember? So 4 times 3, and then half of that, because 4 by 3 would be 12 square units for this whole rectangle, and the triangle only takes up half of it. So it's half, area equals half, of base times height, 3 times 4, which is 12. And half of 12 is 6 square units. The perimeter is just adding up all the sides. 3 plus 4 plus 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. So it's 16 units. These are square units because it's how many little squares take up that space. All right, the rectangle, the perimeter is, this is 2 and this is 3. 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 all the way around. So the perimeter equals 6 and 4 is 10 units. And the area is 2 times 3, which equals 6 units. Okay, so now let's look at our choices. Let's shrink that just a little bit. There we go. Is there a different area and different perimeter? Well, area and perimeter are different. Perimeter and area, well, the area is the same here, 6 and 6. Okay, let's try the next one. Same area, same perimeter. Nope. Perimeter is 10 and 16, and the area is 6 and 6, so it's not that one. Different area, same perimeter. Perimeter 10, perimeter 16. Nope, not same perimeter. Same area, different perimeter. Area 6, area 6. Perimeter is 10, perimeter 16. Different perimeter. This one's different because they both have an area of 6 units. So our first clue is Z equals 4. So I'm going to go to the back page where my clues are, and under Z, because Z equals 4, I'm going to put a 4. All right, let's look at our next clue, the sailboats. The wording on this one was pretty difficult, so we had to go through pretty slowly, okay? Measure all the sails on the boat. What types of triangles are they? Use these words to fill in the blanks. Remember, we can name a triangle by its sides or its angles. So it's going to either be equilateral, isosceles, or scalene, and then it's going to be acute, obtuse, or right. All right, let's look at this first sail. All 3 of these sides are different lengths. Shorter, a little longer, longest. So this is a scalene triangle, scary scalene. And this angle right here is an obtuse angle, so it has to be an obtuse scalene. This one I can see a right angle right there, so that's got to be a right triangle. And the sides of this, these two are the same length, so this one is longer, which makes that isosceles because it has 2 equal sides. Okay, why? I see that right angle again, so that's a right triangle by its angles. Short, middle size, long. So this one is also scalene, 3 different sides. This one has 3 sides of the same length and 3 acute angles. So if they're the same length, it has to be an equilateral, and the angles have to be acute, right? So the question says, one of the sails has side and angle classifications that both repeat. So it's on there more than once. The letter of that sail will be equal to 10. Okay, so which ones of these sides repeat? Scalene, isosceles, scalene, equilateral. The only ones that repeat are scalene. So we're going to take these 2 out of the equation. It can't be B and it can't be Z because sides don't repeat. What about the angles? Obtuse, right, right, acute. The only one that repeats is right. And since we've already eliminated the isosceles and the equilateral, the scalene right repeats with this scalene and this right. This is the only one that matches that qualification. So y is equal to 10. If you need to pause this video to give yourself some time in the middle figuring, then please do. So y equals 10. I just added that to my y. Okay, let's go to our next clue, clue 3. That's a nice big old page. I'm going to shrink this one up. Okay, mystery jewel. So this one, in London, Sherlock Holmes is on the hunt for the mystery jewel. Use the clues to determine which jewel is the mystery jewel. Okay, here's our clues. 1. The mystery jewel is a closed shape, not open. So I can cross out any ones that are open. Looks like that's the only, Y is open also. Okay? The mystery jewel is not a regular polygon. If you remember, a regular polygon means equal sides and equal angles. Everything has to be the same. All right, so let's look. Well, this is not equal sides, equal angles. There's a right angle and acute. These are equal angles, all 4 right angles, but these sides are longer than these, so nope. These sides are all the same, but there's an obtuse angle and an acute angle, so angles are not the same. This one's not the same at all. There's an acute angle and obtuse and 2 right. This one has equal sides and 4 right angles, so that's regular. This one has acute and obtuse angles, so that's not regular. This one, definitely not regular, all kinds of different length sides. This one has 5 equal sides, pentagon, and 5 obtuse angles, that's regular. This one is also regular, 6 equal sides and 6 obtuse angles, so we can get rid of that one. The mystery jewel has 4 angles. Well, if it has 4 angles, it also has 4 sides, which means it has to be a quadrilateral. So let's get rid of the non-quadrilaterals. Triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hexagon, we'll get rid of those. So we're down to 5. The mystery jewel has only 1 pair of parallel sides, which means it can't be a parallelogram. That takes A out of the equation because these are parallel to these. It takes X out because these and these are parallel. It takes Y out because that's a parallelogram. Z, those aren't parallel, and those aren't parallel, so that has no pairs of parallel sides. So the only one left is this one. So letter B is 25. Letter B is 25. Let's go back to the end page. And for B, we'll put 25. Next clue. In the nighttime, dodecahedron stole the entire exhibit of the German stained glass. Consider these 4 unique pieces of German stained glass. Under each of the quadrilaterals, they're all quadrilaterals, are classifications, but they are not all correct. Find out which shapes have classification mistakes. All right? This is a trapezoid. It is not a trapezoid because it has no pairs of parallel sides. A trapezoid must have 1 pair. These opposite sides are not, and these are not. It is definitely not a rhombus because it doesn't have 4 equal sides. Rectangle, that's true. Parallelogram, that's true because both pairs of sides are parallel. Square, this is not true. A square has to have 4 equal sides, and all these sides are not equal. This one, a rhombus. It does have 4 equal sides. It does have 2 pairs of parallel sides, so it is a rhombus. It's also a parallelogram because it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. That one's okay. Trapezoid. This is a trapezoid. It has 1 pair of parallel sides. Parallelogram. It cannot be a parallelogram and a trapezoid because a trapezoid has to have 1 pair of parallel sides and a parallelogram has to have 2 pairs of parallel sides. So a polygon can never be both of those. Definitely not a rectangle because a rectangle has to have 4 right angles. Okay. How many of these shapes have classification mistakes? This number will be A. Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. So A equals 3. I'm going to go to my end page. A equals 3. down at the bottom for the pizza parlor. Okay? It's from yesterday. It's time for delicious Italian personal pizza. They each have the same price. Calculate the area of the pizzas to figure out which one is the best deal. The clue will be the letter of the pizza that is equal to its area. Right? So the best deal means it's going to be the most pizza, and the most pizza is going to come in the largest area because the largest area is going to give us the most pizza. All right, so what's the area of pizza B? 5 by 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 2 by 7. 2 by 7, area is 14. I'm even going to put my square inches there. 4 by 4 is 16 square inches. So the best deal with the most pizza is pizza X at 16 square inches. So we'll flip it over to the back here for our last two clues. And we said it was pizza X, at 16 inches. So all we're missing here is C. I think after I take over the world, I'm going to rebuild it with Legos. Determine the volume of the Lego letters in cubic feet. Okay, so all of these are cubic units. There's our 1, 2, and when I see this 2, I just see 2 of those ones put together. And when I see this 4, I just see 4 of the ones put together. So that'll help either way. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. This one has those long pieces, which is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 8, 12, 13, 14. 14 units. Here's another 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a 2. And then a 4 is 14 again. The E and the G are equivalent, which makes sense because this, if I slid this piece out of there and popped it in there, it would look just like that. All right, now our O. This is a dark copy, so I really have to squint to see this. But this is a 4 across the top and a 4 across the bottom, which is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Geez, another 14. All right, so let's add them up for the total volume. 14, I'm going to do 14 times 3 because there's 3 of them. And get 42, and then add my 7. So our total volume is 49 cubic units. So we'll go down here to our final solver and put in 49. Now, whenever I solve a long equation like this, I'm going to double check to make sure there's no different operations that I have to follow the order of operations. But it looks like it's all plus, so I can go in any order that I want. So I'm going to put these together in groups. So 25 and 3 is 28. I'm going to leave that 49 alone because that's a pretty big number. But I'm going to combine 16 and 10 to get 26 plus 4. Notice the 6 and the 4 is going to make a 10 here, so we're going to put those together and get 30. And I'm going to leave this 28 and 49 alone for a second. Well, now I can measure this 10 pretty easily right here. So I'm going to take this 30 and 49 and put them together to get 79 and 28. This one I'm going to rewrite in columns. I don't want to do this one mental math and make a mistake. So I've got 107. Take care now. Bye-bye. There's my text message solver. So let's go back to the first page and look at our suspects. We had Doyle, who is a landscaper, and his favorite number is 121. We have Tripita, who's a pet store owner. Her favorite number is 75. And we've got Trish, who's a factory supervisor. And look at that. Her favorite number is 107. Let's make sure it's her. We've got Sam, who's the recruiter. Good old Uncle Sam. Favorite number 90. Then we have Caesar, who's an insurance claims adjuster. His favorite number is 145. Charlie is a historian. His favorite number is 105. So it looks like the convex dodecahedron is Trish. She is the guilty suspect. Congratulations if you solved that and were able to get through that on your own. That was pretty tough. Excellent job.